of bugs. Have invaded. And I got back in the car a few minutes ago, and all I've done thus far is open my window for love bugs to get out of my car. Yes, well, I started my day. It's 10:17. I probably went into the store about 10 or 11 minutes ago. It was an offer for like $16 and some odd change to go 6 point something miles, 3 customers, but each customer only got a few items. Like I said, it took me like 10 minutes to shop it. So I'm headed to the first customer now. I filled up my tank so that we were ready for the day. We do not have DoorDash because it decided again, like the last shift, to go to that something's wrong situation. So who knows how long it'll be this time before we get it back. Until then, I'm gonna try to not get upset about it. I know I was last week, and that's just because, like I said before, I don't like change. I like predictability. I like to know what I can make, and when I only have Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Instacart, it becomes quite unpredictable for me. So I'm gonna ride it out, see what happens, and do the best that I can, because that's all we can do. So I'm about 3 minutes from the first customer. It's an apartment on the 2nd floor, but all it is a bouquet of flowers and a 6-pack of bottled soda. So here we go. That took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but it is what it is. And I got a Grubhub for $13 and some odd change. It says 11 miles, but it's because like 5.6 of those miles are to get to the restaurant. This is what Grubhub does. The orders would be so much better if they were actually sending you to restaurants that were in your proximity, but hey, what do I know? So I'm headed there now. It says it's going to take me about 14 minutes to get there, and then it shouldn't take too long to get it to the customer. So, and where the customer is in a decent location to get more orders. So being that we don't have DoorDash, you know, we have a little bit less in the way of options. So we're going to take what we can get.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So the address that was in, if you can see, it led me all the way down there because the address you put was for Lutz. So this is Wesley Chapel. So it sent me down the highway, and I got there, and I'm like, this can't be right.
I'm so sorry. I'm glad you texted me.
No problem. Have a good one. Okay, so I don't know if you caught any of that, but this person who ordered, when they put the address in, first off, it was a half you-know-what address because they put the street number, the street, and then just put Lutz. Didn't even put Florida or the zip code, nothing. Just kind of shorthanded it. Didn't write in the notes like what the business name was, which if you're having deliveries to a business or your workplace, please, please, please write the name of your business in the notes or in the instructions. It's super helpful in us being able to find you, especially when stuff like this happens. So I picked up at Brooklyn Water Bagel, and she was only maybe 2 miles up the street from there, which would have been great. That would have been an amazing order. But instead, I drove the 5.5 miles up to Brooklyn Water Bagel, and then because of her poor direction or poor address putting, I ended up having to go 5.5 miles back down the highway south to find out that wasn't correct. And then when I texted her, she told me she was at Kia Wesley Chapel. Well, then if you're in Wesley Chapel, why would your address say Lutz? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. I did call customer service to let them know what was going on, and they said they would adjust the payment based on the miles, which they gave me an extra $1. So I got paid $14.40 for that order, which took me about 45 minutes. So like the price isn't the problem. The problem is I pretty much got paid $14 to do 15 miles. And she's like, oh, well, thank God you texted me. No, listen. This is the kind of stuff that makes drivers upset, because we're not really getting paid what you think we're getting paid on that. People are like, oh, but that's almost $15 for, 45 minutes of work. Yes, but I put 15 miles onto my car, X amount of dollars in gas in my car. For what? When I could have literally driven it 2.5 miles up the road. It just, yeah. So I don't know what else to say other than that sucks. Hopefully now that I told her and she knows, she can either correct the address she put in the app so nobody else has to deal with that, or she at least in the notes writes, hey, it's going to take you where you're not supposed to go. Put into Google Kia of Wesley Chapel and it'll lead you where you need to go. And then we'll get paid probably more than we expected, because it's predicting miles based on where it says to be delivered. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it is what it is. I have Instacart back on. I'm going to take this Chick-fil-A order coming across, $6.82 for 3.7 miles on Uber Eats, and we're going to move on with our day. All right. We've got the goods, and now we're about 9 minutes from the customer. And now we're headed to Culver's. $7.06 to go 1.3 miles. That was easy enough, 4th floor, but with an elevator and a decent tip, so not too bad at all. And I already got another call, and we took it because, like I said, we just have to make money. $17.06, I think it was, for 13 miles. But we're doing it. We're going to Green Lane, so we don't even have to get out of the car, so that's a bonus. Hi, I've got an order for Ashley P. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks. Let's make sure that stays nice and cold, since this is gonna take us, let's see. Going to take us 24 minutes to get there, so I've got it in my cold bag to make sure that it stays as fresh as possible.